And hey, hi guys, General Splatton here today. Today we're going to be doing a painting tutorial on painting stockings or pantyhose, whichever way you wish to say it. What we're going to be painting on is this Amy figure from Zombicide Season 1. I've already done one. This is mine. I'm painting the one in the example for somebody else. So there's how it turns out. And we'll get started. First off, let me say that you do not want to use a pre-made wash such as a GW wash. You can do it, but I do not recommend it, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Also, Vallejo washes, Secret Weapon washes, you do not want to use that simply because those washes have some type of matte medium or mix of medium in them that can clump up or just make the effect cloudy. So what I recommend that you use is artist inks, and I use Liquitex. This is a transparent raw umber that I'm going to try. I did not use this on my figure, and this is also Liquitex carbon black. This is going to be main color. You can also use like the Dollar Roundy stuff. This is a sepia one, but I will not be using this. In my figure, I just use strictly black to create the stockings and their effect. But I think I'm gonna try mixing the half and half of this transparent raw umber, give it more of a brownish tone. Just see how that works out. And I can always go back over it with black in case it doesn't, pure black if it doesn't work out. So you want to use some artist inks. These are not very expensive, $3, $4, $5, $6 a bottle, and it'll last you forever and a day because it's going to be very, very concentrated. You're going to have to dilute this quite a bit, as you'll see in a moment. But that's why I recommend you use ink. This is just pure pigment in a solution. There's no kind of mixing medium, matte medium, or acrylic medium. Also, these are acrylic artist inks. You want to make sure you use the water-based acrylic inks. That's very important. So I love Liquitex products, so I just use their inks. What you're going to have here then is this is the black, carbon black, and then the transparent raw umber. I'm going to mix these together here in a moment. Don't want to use any kind of glaze medium with it. You want to just use or flow improver, anything like that. You know, nothing to add to the consistency. You want this to be strictly water and ink. So I'm just going to take some water and put it out here to the side, and then you want, like I said, you want to dilute this down. I'm using a Da Vinci number 3. Just put a little out there, get it out. Let's put it over here. Put way too much. Then we get some raw umber out here. Yeah, I like that color a lot better, whatever you can see of it. And just thin it out. You want to get 3 to 1, 4 to 1. You want it pretty diluted because this stuff can, well, get pretty intense. I made it a little too dark just then. Nope, I think that might be about right. And that's the way you wish to have it, right there. Clean the brush out, and then we can get started. Just take a little on your brush, not a whole lot, and you want to just start laying it on. It's easy these first few, and you don't want to gloop it on. I might actually have a little much. You want to spread this around evenly, just like you were painting a wall or something. You don't want it to stand. You want it to be even. No, you want to basically do this like a modeler would understand this. Miniature might not, but you want to do it like a filter. You're just changing the color. So you could say a glaze as well. Certainly not a wash, because a wash is designed to stand in the recesses, and you really don't want that. You want to just lay it on just like it is, and that's basically it. This is a slow process because you got to wait for it to dry. I've been just goofing around. I'm going to speed up the camera now, and we're going to just talk our way through it. Alright, we begin with defining the top of the pantyhose. It's modeled into where there's a band on top of the hose. So that's going to be pretty much black. So that's what I'm doing now, is just circling around, because it's going to take the longest to get the pigment on there, because you just have to build it up layer by layer. Then we'll move on to the rest of the leg. But this technique will work with any color of hosiery. You could have it red, white, blue, yellow, whatever color, purple hose if you wanted to, whatever you wish to do. I went with black because I believe that, if I remember correctly, it had modeled in the artwork as black hose, so that's what I chose to put on it. And plus I think it was pretty much the most appropriate color. But you generally just laying on tint. That's what you're trying to achieve. And basically where the shadows are, you're going to put more tint. And where the light hits the back of the calves or the top of the thighs, then that area will have less of a tint. And there'll be more tint toward the top of the thighs, so it looks like it's more highlighted coming down toward the knees. This particular figure, on the back or on the front here, there's less light going to the left thigh, so it's a little bit darker or has less of a light area than the right thigh, and it's the exact opposite for the calves. The right calf has more light on it than the left calf, as you see there, because of the legs being underneath them. That's basically it. It's a pretty quick technique. It took me about 20-25 minutes, and if I were doing this without trying to film it, it would have been quicker still. So that's basically it. It's not a hard technique at all, and if you had an airbrush, it'd be much simpler. But many people don't have an airbrush, so that's why I went with using this. Finishing it up. Alright, here's Amy from Zombicide, Season 1. See how they turned out. This method's certainly not perfect, but this is the only second time I've ever done it. First time was on my figure. This is Sergeant Oddball's figure, so I'm sure you'd be glad to get it back finally. But you see here on the back of this leg, less light shows to this calf, more light to this calf. Then on the front, it's the exact reverse. Since this leg is more underneath the body, there's less light coming to this knee and calf, and more to this coming to this knee and calf, since it's more outside of the body. So it's pretty cool effect, and it's really pretty simple. But there she is. If you have any questions or comments or anything you need to know about, let me know. This is General Splatton, and I'll talk again. Dismissed.